Turkey is defending its security operations in the country's southeast after a complaint was made to the European Court of Human Rights. The Turkish Justice Ministry has prepared a report on how and why the military has been trying to clear the PKK terror group from areas in Diyarbakir and Şırnak since July. A complaint was made by lawyers representing a resident of Cizre in Şırnak. They asked the EHCR to bring an end to the operations and lift the curfew that has been in place for nearly a month. Now, Matthew Moore is in the Turkish capital, Ankara. He says Turkey is justifying its operations in the southeast as a security necessity.
So the European Court of Human Rights asked Turkey three things. What is the legal basis for the curfews? What is being done to meet people's medical and food needs and other needs? And what are the exit routes for the people who need to leave for safety reasons? And the Turkish government has come back with this report. They've said, in terms of the legal basis, they are creating these curfews in order to protect their civilians. After all, some of these areas of Diyarbakir and Şırnak province look like war zones, and several hundred PKK terrorists have been killed, 23 security forces have been killed, and according to the lawyers who filed this complaint, 18 civilians have been killed since the curfew came into place in Cizre in December the 14th. Now, it's necessary, the Turkish government deems, to have these curfews in order to prevent further innocent civilians dying in the crossfire. As for people's needs, well, they say the hospitals and medical care is being provided in an uninterrupted fashion. They have ambulances taking people to hospital under the protection of the security forces. They have pharmacies that are still open, and they will themselves, the security forces, bring medicine to people in cases of emergency. And as for food, they say that food is available, bakeries are open, and that people can even go shopping at certain designated times. Now, the Human Rights Watch organisation disputes many of those things, saying that electricity and water has been interrupted, food is scarce for some people, and even some wounded people have actually been denied medical care. As for the third point about exit routes, well, the government says 100,000 people have been displaced by the fighting in southeast Turkey, but that if people wish to leave the area, they provide the security for that to happen. Now, as for what next, well, the European Court of Human Rights will take a look at this report. They've given the other side, the lawyers acting for the resident in Cizre, until January the 21st to submit their final complaint, which will hopefully have more details in it and possibly even some evidence. And it is important to note that Turkey is bound by the European Court of Human Rights decision, as they are a signatory to the European Convention on Human Rights, one of the earliest signatories, in fact. So they are bound by whatever decision comes out of the court in Strasbourg.